welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you've ever stared at a crypto chart and just felt completely lost, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to find the signals that actually matter in a market that, let's be honest, can feel pretty overwhelming.
And this quote, wow, it just perfectly captures how a lot of investors are feeling right now, doesn't it? Especially with the way the market's been dropping. It's that shell-shocked, zombie-like feeling of just watching the numbers go down and you have no idea what to do next.
So yeah, investors turn zombies. If you felt like one of them, trust me, you are not alone. The market's been a total roller coaster. Let's dig into exactly why this recent dip has felt so darn overwhelming. So, what's been happening? Well, it's really been a perfect storm, you know? First, Bitcoin dropped below some really key price levels, and it happened in September, which, by the way, is historically the worst month for Bitcoin. On top of all that, some important technical signals, the things traders watch to guess the next move, they just broke. Put it all together, and you've got a recipe for widespread fear and a whole lot of anxiety. Okay, so that's the scary part. But here's where things get really, really interesting. Because underneath all that fear, the market is sending out two completely opposite signals. It's like it has this split personality right now, telling two totally different stories at the exact same time. So what are these two competing stories? What's really driving the market? Well, it really boils down to this. It's a battle between short-term panic on one side and a really powerful long-term vision on the other. And honestly, understanding both of these is the absolute key to making any sense of what's happening. All right, let's get into it. Short-term fear versus long-term hope. When you put these two narratives side by side, you can really see the massive tug-of-war that's defining the entire market at this very moment. Okay, let's break this down. On the one hand, you've got the bear case. That's all the fear. We're talking about massive outflows from those big investment funds, the ETFs, like over $500 million pulled out of Ethereum ETFs in just 4 days, plus all those technical breakdowns we mentioned. But then you have the bull case, and this is all about long-term hope. You've got huge institutions, pension funds, public companies all starting to buy in. There's talk of an interest rate cut, which could pour fuel on the fire. And maybe the biggest thing, there is a record-breaking $68 billion in stablecoins, basically digital cash, just sitting on the sidelines ready to jump in. And that long-term hope? It has some serious conviction behind it. Just look at these price targets from some major analysts. They're not seeing this current dip as a disaster, not at all. To them, it's just a little speed bump on the highway to much, much higher prices. So this whole conflict, this battle between fear and hope, it brings us to what a lot of seasoned investors say is the single most important thing for success. And it's not about how much you invest, it's about how much you can handle. It has almost nothing to do with charts and everything to do with your mindset. There's this really powerful Korean concept called kuret, which translates to vessel or container. In the world of investing, this vessel isn't your bank account. It's your mental and emotional capacity. It's your ability to withstand the crazy ups and downs, to hold on through the chaos without hitting the panic button. And ultimately, the size of your vessel is what determines your success. And to really understand why having a big vessel is so crucial, let's look at a pretty powerful example of what a long-term perspective really looks like. Okay, check this out. We're going to compare the price of an iPhone over the years. But here's the twist. We're not going to use dollars. We're going to price it in Bitcoin. So back in 2010, if you wanted to buy the new iPhone 4, it would have cost you, get this, 2,800 Bitcoin. 2,800. Now let's fast forward to today. That brand new iPhone, it'll cost you just 0.014 Bitcoin, a tiny fraction of one coin. And this isn't just a story about Bitcoin's price going up. It's a story about the value of traditional money going down when you measure it against something truly scarce. So what should we watch? The whole point is to go from being a zombie investor to an informed observer, right? And the key to doing that is knowing exactly which signals to watch that will tell you whether fear or hope is winning this tug of war. All right, here are 3 key things to watch that will help you cut through all the noise. First, the Fed's interest rate decision. A rate cut on September 20th could be a huge catalyst. Second, keep an eye on those ETF fund flows. Are the big institutions putting money back in? That tells you a lot. And third, watch for key network upgrades. Something like Ethereum's Petra upgrade in November could be a massive confidence booster. And all of this brings us back to the final and maybe the most important question.
it's not really about the market. It's about you. How big is your investment vessel? Because, understanding all the facts and figures is one thing, but having the conviction, the emotional control to actually navigate the storm, well, that all comes down to the size of your own vessel.